guys. All I can say is do this recipe. You're going to love it.
What is up, guys? This is Tats by Wes Cooking Edition. What some of you might not know is, before I got into tattooing in 1997, I actually went to a little thing called culinary school. Woo! Special. Tonight, we're going to roast a 3-pound tenderloin, and I'm going to show you guys how to make my favorite dipping sauce for steak, which is chimichurri, which is generally found in Argentine dishes. So I'm going to run it a little loose and goose. The directions will be in the video notes, but just know whatever flavors you like better, you can fool around with this. There's no set rules, but one rule for certain is have to have a sharp knife. Plus, it's after 12 noon. We're having fun. Cheers. First thing we're going to start with is shallots. They're like a almost sweeter onion. If you don't have shallots, you can always sub in red onion. So what we're going to do is we are going to dice these up nice and fine. And that's going to be the first thing that we do for our chimichurri. Next up, one of my favorite ingredients of all time, garlic. We're going to chop 3 garlic cloves, add them to the shallots. So it's a quick pop, peel. Now, while I'm chopping the garlic, I also have 1 packet of oregano. I'm going to start rough chopping the garlic, and then I'm going to bring the oregano in, and I'm going to start chopping that all together. So get these garlic cloves sliced, nice and rough chopped. We've got all the oregano, and then next up's going to be the core ingredient to the chimichurri. Flat leaf Italian parsley. Yes, you can use the curly, but you probably don't have this on hand. You're going to the store anyways. Splurge, get yourself the Italian flat leaf. It's going to make the flavor just that much better. Again, let's cut it off at the stem, get rid of that. And again, we're going to do a rough chop and add this to the bowl of our Argentine steak dipping sauce, a chimichurri. Time to turn these ingredients now into a sauce. So, red pepper flakes. We're going to give it a couple dashes. They're coming out a little slow. I like a little heat. Let's call it a full tablespoon. Salt. We'll do a little to start. 1.5 teaspoons. Fresh cracked black pepper, again, probably 1.5 teaspoons. We'll adjust the seasoning after about an hour of all the flavors marrying. So let's not go crazy on the salt and pepper right now. Next up, we need probably about 1/3 cup of lemon juice. Next, we're going to do equal parts red wine vinegar to olive oil. Get the good olive oil. We'll call that 3/4 cup. That's probably 3/4 cup in there. Oh yeah. Tastes so good. You don't even know. Next up, we start mixing it all together. Think of a thick vinaigrette, but remember, this is going to be a sauce. Take a little taste. Use a little more olive oil. Again, you're making this to your taste palette. Olive oil. I'm going to use just a pinch more salt. Again, I'm not going to over salt it, but I definitely know it needs a little more salt. That garlic's coming through. We're going to let this rest for an hour, come back to it and see exactly how it tastes, see if it needs anything. And ultimately, we're going to have my wife, who has the savant palate, taste it and let me know if there's any other subtle notes we need to do to tweak this. I'll see you soon. we've got this beautiful 3-pound center cut tenderloin from Wyland's right there in Clintonville. This thing is absolutely beautiful. We're going to throw a little bit of olive oil on it. Just a little bit. It's going to be a binder. Also wanted to bring up, as far as that chimichurri goes, lots of times, especially if you're not an oregano fan, you can substitute with cilantro, or you can just simply use the parsley itself. Not a problem. So we've got gloves on to lube it up. I'm using Cusos seasoning. We're going to season this bad boy. We're going to smoke it at 200 degrees for about an hour. Then we're going to crank it up to 400, finish it. We're going to pull the steak at about 130 degrees. We're going to let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes, let all those juices come back in, and that should give us a perfect medium rare. But as you can see, dousing it up, flip this bad boy. Make sure it's nice and coated with our spices and herbs. Again, use whatever you want. But this bad boy is going to be going on the grill here soon. Cheers. We're going to go ahead and put this on the smoker and let's get a smoked filet going. All right, what's up, guys? So we smoked this for about an hour at 200, then we roasted it at 450 for about 30 minutes. I pulled the steak off, beef tenderloin, at 128. We let it rest for about 10 minutes. Came up to about 137. This should be, we'll see, you never know, a nice medium cut. Again, sharp knife. This bad boy is super juicy, as you can see. Nice and medium. But the big test is going to be, oh yeah, look at that. But let's throw a little, look at the juice on that. Chimichurri. Guys, all I can say is do this recipe. You're going to love it.